All right, guys. Question is today the day we get this engine in this car? All right, guys. Welcome back to the channel. This is Kevin again with Yerkit Racing. As you can see in front of me here, we have our LT1 engine completely built, final assembled, ready to go back in the car. We only run the one accessory off of here, off of the belt, and that's the alternator. So everything's looking pretty good. I'm really happy with the way that turned out. Our water pump is going to be a remote mount electric setup, and I have made up some block adapters to go up here. They are currently being made at the machine shop right now out of aluminum. That's a plastic deal there that we did to try it out, to make sure everything fit like it was supposed to. So anyway, we're waiting on that. Over to the car. We have to go back here in the back and do our rear mount setup there. Then we got to come up here, and where we put the rock solid motorsports front end on it. Excuse the mess because the wires are just kind of everywhere. If you see, I got them like dummy wired into the headlights right now just to make sure they work. But I got to actually clean that up, do that the right way, and then we got to make a few mounts or tabs to come off of the bars to our body panels. Just run one like from here down to this panel on each side, and maybe I probably even do one or two up here in the front to support that. And that should be about it. So anyway, we're going to jump right in. I know there's a few pieces up under here that I have to tighten up. Like I believe I need to tighten the K-member back up. I need to tighten the rack back up. Make sure that the steering shaft is right, which I think I might have to pull that back off to do the headers, depending on how I want to do that. I got a two-piece slip headers, the Hooker Super Comps. So I can take them apart, but they were giving me a pain to seal last time. So thinking about either clamping and welding them before I put it in and just do the drive shaft, the steering shaft after it. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. But I'm gonna jump in, get started. Appreciate you guys following along with the video, and we're gonna get in it. Alright guys, so unfortunately my engine crane was not rolling around like we needed it to. It kept binding up on the bolts that hold these little casters on. So I'm just going to knock the paint back and put a couple of little small welds on it to hold it. Kind of sucks it interrupted what we were doing, but anyway, we'll get back to that in just a minute. Alright guys, so we got it all welded in. I'm pretty happy with it. It should roll around a lot better now than it used to, since we ain't hitting the bolt heads anymore. So I'm going to let the paint dry and we'll get back to the engine. Alright guys, so I'm trying something different. Last time I had it in the car, this was on this side, and if you can, like, you look at it, it's actually, the mount is leaning this way. So I'm going to try to reverse them, turn them around where it's actually going to the back of the car instead of the front, and see if we can slide the motor back just a little bit. I know it'll bolt up that way. We got to make sure we got clearance at the firewall, and make sure like our drive shaft and stuff isn't too short at that point, but we'll give it a shot. Alright guys, so we had to go through and modify our header gaskets. You can see we put a little arch in the top of each one. The way we figured out exactly where to do it was took one of these stock LT1 D-shaped manifold gaskets, lined our bolt holes up, and then traced the D part out of the top. That way we knew we wouldn't be blocking the port. If you guys remember back on the header video, we had to move that up on the pad of the head a little bit so it wouldn't be blocking the hole. So same thing with the gaskets, we needed to do something. For this one, instead of moving the gasket up with the bolt holes, we're going to do it this way. That will just allow us to use the stock, like the holes, as alignment tools. So in other words, when we put the gasket on behind the header, we really can't see how to align it. This way the bolt holes will actually still align the gasket to the head, and then you know, we have the header modified to line up with the top of the head as well. So just want to show you guys that. I just took the Dremel tool and rounded the top edge of that square gasket out, and we should be good. Alright guys, I really hope you're enjoying the video. Just want to take a second to invite you over to Yurkit Racing Spread Shop, where you can find all sorts of merchandise. You name it, it's probably in there. So go over, find you something you like, take a picture of it in action, and send it over to us at yurkit_offroad@yahoo.com. I think it'd be a really cool thing if we could include some of these pictures at the end of our videos and share it with the rest of the community. Every order you place on this site is greatly appreciated, and it really goes a long ways to make sure that we're able to continue to bring you the content just like this. Alright guys, so we did it. We got it in. Motor and transmission are on the mounts in the car. Still got to, still got to wire everything up. We still got to route the new plumbing for this new water system. And then we got to get a few things odd and end done with the wire, and I got to rewire the headlights and everything in up here. But yeah, that's one big chore out of the way. Engine is back in the car. Pretty exciting, guys. Make sure you hit the like button, comment down below if you got any questions about anything, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future updates. We're going to be having some cool content coming out pretty soon with this thing. Hopefully, we'll get to the track by the start of the season if everything goes like I plan it will. So anyway, like I said guys, I appreciate you following along with the video, and we will catch you on the next one guys. God bless.